Bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun 'tis to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle bells. You don't have any money, you live paycheck to paycheck. Well, you're in the right place, because this time we are going to talk about some 5 poor habits that are keeping you poor even if you have a great income. The number one habit that is keeping you poor even if you have a great income is that you are spending more as your income increases. So there is a lot to this point, because when you start to earn more, most people, what they do, they just start to spend more because they think they have all of this money and they can buy anything they want that they desire. But when you do this, it's called impulsive spending. You are just going to lose all of your money again, and all of that work, all of that time that you have put into that work, you are not going to benefit out of that in a full potential. You want to save the money, maybe invest it. Okay, so don't just save it in banks. Like, if you're planning to save money in banks, in your bank accounts, that's a horrible idea. It's actually better to spend it on something than to have it like lying in your bank account, because, you know, the inflation will eat it alive. So don't let your money get ate alive by the inflation. You need to be aware of this bad habit, because if you are spending more as your income increases, that can lead to never like becoming rich, and you will never have money on your bank. The number 2 habit that is keeping you poor is that you are focusing on the present always instead of focusing on the future. You must try, and you must also think about the future. Where do you want to live? Where do you want to be? What car do you want to drive? And you have to manage that, and you have to act accordingly. You need to have habits that are according to this lifestyle. So if you're planning to be rich and you are not rich like at this moment, you need to be planning those good habits that will one day make you rich, which will give you the happiness that you are looking for. There are 2 things that people do in this step. They either spend all of it now and spend everything what they earn impulsively, and they don't think about where the money is going, and they are just buying all of those things that are bringing short-term happiness to their lives. It might be clothing, it might be video games that you are paying for. Clothing is probably the biggest one. I know my sister has really impulsive spending problem with this. First thing is that you spend it all now, and the second thing that people can do is that they invest it in their future self and in their future, and their future will thank them for that. So your future is in their hands, and it's up to you how you manage your money and how you decide how you want to live. The third habit that is keeping you poor even if you have a solid income is that you still think that it's too early to start saving / start investing the money instead. So if you're young, probably, I mean, you can see I'm young, I'm a young person, but I'm not this type and kind of person that, you know, every money that he gets, he's going to just impulsively spend it on video games or clothing or this and that and all of those things that will bring me happiness, but it's just short term. And I've come to the point where if you feel like you need to buy all of these clothings and all of those clothes, I mean, let's be honest, you're doing it to probably impress other people, to look rich and stylish. It's great to look stylish, it's awesome, I love style, and I love all of those things when it comes to clothing and style. But you need to realize that you don't have to impress these people, and clothing isn't going to buy you this confidence. You will subconsciously know that you're doing something just to impress somebody else, but you are doing it against your own will. So never do that. Always listen to yourself first, what you want first for yourself, and follow that and do that. And honestly, if you want to be financially free one day, you should start saving and investing as soon as possible. I'm 17 years old. I'm already trying to earn as much as money as possible with many ways. I got a part-time job. I go to school, of course, because I'm young. I got myself a part-time job where I sell tickets for people in my city. I also had some other part-time job in my mother's work. She employed me, so I was earning money from that. And I also had some other part-time jobs as well. And just do as much work as you can when you're young, and try to not spend all of that money, and rather save it and invest it instead, because it's going to make your future a million times better. You will be so much more richer, and you will live the life that you desire. The number 4 is that you are not keeping a record of where your money goes. So you always want to have an idea, at least, where your money goes, where all of your money is going. And most of the times, most people overlook and think that they know exactly where their money is going, but it's really far from the truth, honestly. Because those smallest things that we spend our money on are most of the times the key factors that are actually keeping us poor. So you also want to track all of these small expenses that you are doing, because otherwise you will just end up broke for the rest of your life. If you are spending all of your money on crisps and chocolate, or I don't know, some other sweets, for example, and it's food, that can be really dangerous, because it's eating your money consistently. Because when you are addicted maybe to crisps or chocolate or any kind of sweets like that, you will have the need to buy it consistently, so you don't miss out on it and you don't miss it for too long, okay? So if you're addicted to sweets, please remove that addiction, because it can actually make you really poor. Those small expenses, they add up much more than those higher ones, because every person has more smaller expenses than those bigger expenses. So because when you're buying something big and something expensive, you are cautious about it, because the price is just really high and the numbers are bigger, so you are more cautious and aware of that. But you also have to be aware of those small expenses, because if there are too many of them, they will add up and get into big ones. And the last habit that is keeping you poor, even if you have a solid income, is that you are ignoring your debt. This one is super significant, because if you're ignoring your debt, this debt interest will add up, and it can honestly eat most of your finances. It can eat a huge portion of it, so you want to avoid that. I mean, if you are not a financial specialist and you don't know how to really manage money and how to operate with money, you should avoid debt, because it's too dangerous for you, okay? You want to rather invest it, right? Because that's what most people safely do. I mean, I'm not saying investing is the safest way to keep your money healthy, but it probably is, because the inflation is going to eat that money, so you need to use your money in order to create money. It was more of a money video today. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, smash the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. And also, never forget your true potential.